Welcome everybody back to another BOLDcast reaction record.
I'm Lindsay.
One Piece, episode 718, 719. Leave a like and subscribe. Patreon.com/BOLDcast. Linked in the description to get 2 weeks ahead of Uncuts. 1 week ahead of edited reactions if you just can't wait. Kyros and Robin and Rebecca and Zoro versus Pica. Let's see what happens. We go. I'll say it again and again. Episodes in a row. I'll keep on saying it as long as I need to.
When will you learn, Bellamy?
When will you learn?
Right, he just kills Luffy. He's in rough shape. It literally wasn't because of him. It was literally not his fault. That was also not his fault.
What?
Is he gonna pop out somewhere else? What's he doing? What?
What?
Oh, is he just gonna kill everyone now? Oh. Right in front of him. He took too long. He messed around. What an asshole. PP5. Oh no.
Oh, he hardened himself. What the hell? You just like decided.
He's just as you
going
can see
wild,
that everyone's
man.
getting defeated, so he's like going out and kind of turning the tide back the other way. Whoa.
I feel like this music choice is not it.
It's literally his fault, bro. Like, what do you think you're gonna get with this? Like, you're trying to talk Zoro out of fighting you? What does that matter?
Yeah,
to Zoro?
what are you talking about? Good for you. What, like, why are you presenting it like it's a case or something? Like, you're like listing all these things like, all right, well, what's your point? My point is, fuck you. Like, that's his whole thing. I want Dofi to be king. Well, you didn't need to say all that to say that.
Oh, he's coming back at it again. The big mech mode. He's gonna go after Riku and just kill him.
Probably.
Just crush the entire city. Okay, Zoro, you better lock in now. He's gonna kill thousands of people.
It seems bigger than before.
I think it is bigger than before. It's definitely a lot bigger than before.
At what point does he just like consume the island and just like the island just like gets small?
He might also be making himself like hollow.
Maybe that's what Zoro figured out.
Doubt it. Holy shit.
Is he literally just gonna like fall on everyone? It's gonna be like the ship in Fishman Island. This is not good.
That'd be terrifying. He's gonna go for them. At least he's like super slow.
Yes. Okay, literally, what are they gonna do?
Oh my god.
If I lose it all.
Yeah, like
what do you do? You should.
like even if he slices him up, it'll just fall down and kill everyone still.
Also, like, Pica, you're burying the lead.
Yeah, like, you could have just run over there and like got him and then turned into a giant stone guy. You could have
No, I mean, like, you could have just done this first at the beginning of the whole thing.
This is true.
Or is there a reason he couldn't have? Does he have to, like, warm it up like a car? Just to work up to it?
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's smart, actually.
Okay.
That's smart. So he went down to, like, attack everyone else and then went on the opposite side? Ooh, that's smart. He's smarter than he looks, this Pica.
Shut up. Maybe if Zoro knows something.
What we need... Okay.
Okay.
Oh, I like this. I like this. We don't really get this a lot in One Piece.
No.
I love, like... I like this. This is peak shonen fighting stuff here.
Oh, look. These are all the Attack on Titan techniques.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't have any... He doesn't
doesn't
have
have
any
moonwalk.
gear. Yeah. Yeah, that would be good. I'm sure they can see what's happening.
Yeah, I'm sure they can see it.
Usopp with his, like, supernaturally good vision.
And all of them who were, by the way, looking in that direction.
Does he not have the transponder snail anymore? Yeah.
Yeah. There's no point. Are you dumb? Never mind. That wasn't what I thought was gonna happen.
Also, it looks a lot closer. It's crazy just, like, how much it's disrupting just each step.
Yeah.
Oh! Oh, well.
He's saving his attack.
Yeah. And then
Look.
he'll rebuild, but by that time Zoro will be there.
Yeah.
Oh, he's locked in. Oh. Alright, tell us how to do that.
I don't know. It's not close enough to the end of the episode. We gotta stall a little bit. Seems like we're out of time. Well, how do you do it? Is that him just literally like... like the dog? Just say it, Zoro!
What is the matter with you?
Oh my God, the music. Just say it, alright.
Oh.
Say it!
He's just gonna do it. Look,
Okay.
he's locking in.
Oh, he put the fucking bandana on. That's sick. So there's no secret?
I think there is.
Okay.
There must be something going on. But, like, I love how it's like, no, you can't king punch him into a billion pieces. Let me just cut him into a couple pieces.
Yeah. That's the, like, I feel like the better move would be to break him up and then identify the piece where he is
and get it.
And then go to that. Like, if you break him up, then at least you'll be, I don't know, breaking his formation or something. It like presumably took a little bit of time for this to happen. So like, that would at least be something. He'd at least have to like reconnect with it.
Unless it's easier when he's like in that shape for Zoro to like identify where.
That's true.
That
is true. Yeah, that's true. That could be true.
Because like the rest of the time he was just like poking out of the wall, and Zoro, the last time that he like got him, Pica was in this form, right? Mm-hmm. And then he went out of it for a long time, and Zoro wasn't able to really get him, and now he's back in it. So theoretically, if that's like part of it, Zoro could, be able to actually attack him. It could become part of it.
I could see that. Yeah. It's just so funny with the episode shit. Like I feel like it was just like, oh, what is it? And then he just said it probably. But instead they had to like keep cutting away and keep going. It really honestly was only like 2 minutes.
It wasn't that bad.
But it felt no, it wasn't. It was just funny is all. I was just making fun of it because it was funny, not because it was actually like the worst we've ever seen or something. I'll still always remember Moria walking for literally the whole episode, like fucking 10 minutes or something, 7 minutes, I think it was. Like, so, relax everyone who's like freaking out that I'm like being negative. It's just funny to make fun of it. And also, I imagine if you're watching this on YouTube, like the editing, makes it a lot shorter because Bob My Joe, I think usually cuts to like what we're saying or our reaction. So you don't get the really slow, like, shit in between. Mm-hmm. So I think then, I don't know, stuff like that. But anyway.
Mm-hmm. I love that Baby 5 is just so on our side now.
Yeah, well, she's engaged.
What I think is the best part about Baby 5 being on our side is it's like, it started of just being like, she's like so dumb and someone just needs her, so she's just doing what they say in the moment. But then when it's like revealed that like all of Doflamingo's guys never actually cared about her and were just completely using her because she was easy to manipulate.
Yeah.
Then it's like, it's not like, it's not like she's just being manipulated the other way because it's easy. She's like, she kind of is, but like no one's really actually trying to take advantage of her. She's just, doing what she wants.
They showed where she actual feels concern needed. For her.
Yeah.
Oh, what I was going to say with the whole plan thing, that's like what I thought that they were doing, what they weren't doing, but what I thought they were doing was a classic, this is like, they do this in Hunter x Hunter all the time, of like showing projections about what could be about to happen, or like what the person's going to do. And you see it, and then it kind of like, okay, well, what the fuck is going to happen then? Because you're like showing everything that could happen. And then the character will like do something really unexpected that, like they'll show like, okay, if I do a forward attack, then they'll counter and I'll get fucked up. And they show like a full animated like projection of what that would look like. Or what if I feint and I dart back and retreat and then go, oh, well, they'll just close the distance with this ability that they have, etc. And then it's like really satisfying when the main character, who usually the other person or whatever, like they whether it's the character that we're in the head of that's like the main character, or the enemy usually who's like thinking of something, the other person or that person or whatever will think of something kind of novel or like creative or do something in a fun, interesting way. And I thought that that's what was gonna be happening when he was like, okay, what if I do a slash? All right. And it's also a way of like it's also a way of because in One Piece usually what happens is we do the things like like he'll do the most basic attack and then that worked. Oh no, it didn't work. Okay, I'll keep trying it, and then eventually we'll be like, okay, we have to do something else, and then they do something else. But in other series, what I really like is that they show all these things as a way of not having to actually do the most basic thing. They kind of run the simulation, and then when the clash happens, it's like a one and done thing where they do that. But obviously it's a completely different series. But I thought that they were doing something akin to that with Zoro going to be like, okay, if I use this attack or if I use this slash, and then it would be a way for him to us see him like do something different. But I think he's just gonna probably cut the shit out of them and do like a crazy big many million cuts.
But he'll cut him in a certain spot or in a certain way that's gonna like actually.
Or he might just like I honestly think he might just cut him a million like super 1,000 billion times or something, and like cut him into actual pieces, so that it's like, cut him into pieces so small that like
he has to.
It's smaller than his physical body, so like he wouldn't, you know, because all the pieces have been cutting like these giant boulders or blocks out. So if he dices them down to like this big, then he cuts them. But also that's weird because I don't see Oda like actually killing Pica because he doesn't normally kill people. So like I don't know how that's gonna work.
We'll find out.
We shall find out. Leave a like and subscribe. Moving on to the next one. Zoro is locking the frick in. I just saw this picture that looks sick. The Mihawk in the background is so cool.
Freaking Pica. No one likes you.
Oh my god.
Throw him.
Wombo throw Zoro. I thought he was gonna throw the king.
Oh.
King Riku.
Actual king.
Come on, Zolo.
They're all like so inspired. Okay, Zoro.
He's gonna throw him like a discus.
I don't care.
Do I look like I give a shit? He's only going 2 swords.
That's all he needs. Oh my god.
You guys are what? Is that gonna make him hesitate?
Why?
Why would he hesitate for that?
You've killed like thousands of people.
He probably stepped on twice as many people like 1 second ago.
You're just gonna get inspired because this is what a real king is?
Maybe. That would be interesting because he was just talking about, no, Dofi's king, fuck you.
You know that.
Did you see what I saw? The guy in the back. Dude with the beard and his giant eyes.
Anything.
Not saying anything. Did he say all this in the manga? I ask because that pose he's been holding for like 2 or 3 minutes is like, it looks like he's been moving the whole time, but he's so slow, but they just don't animate it. I'm curious.
All right. Oh my god.
Oh my god. What is he gonna do?
I forgot they're so far away.
Okay, but he takes the third. Oh! Whoa! Oh!
All right.
Oh, I love how like it you could still see the folds in the blade.
Okay. Whoa. It's gonna be pretty sick.
Oh my god. I guess we haven't seen this from him, have we? Like we haven't like we knew he had hockey, but
Yeah, no, we've seen it like that.
not like that. He just hasn't been given like an adversary where
It's
been narratively necessary for him to flex.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, this is gonna be.
Whoa.
With the hockey, he'll like cut through. Is this a Logia or is it a Paramecia?
It's like absorption. I'm just gonna cut a hole right through him.
Holy shit. Did he find where he is? Is he like in the heart? Or...
Oh my god. That.
Okay. How is this different than the other times it's been cutting it, though? That was cool. This is really cool.
It's very impressive.
It's extremely impressive. I thought it was super badass. In what way is this different than the previous times?
Because he's gonna cook. He's about to cook right now.
Okay. After these, after this commercial break, after these messages, juicy juice, 100% juice.
Maybe you can like get him better once he's cut off from the ground. Like he's like loose in the midair.
Oh, he like blanked out for a second?
I see.
Oh, it looks like he's just... Oh, is he just gonna keep...
Oh, he like pulled himself. Should have gone the other way.
He's gonna quarter him.
Getting into smaller and smaller pieces. I see.
Yeah, it's kind of like what I was saying before, but I thought it was gonna be just a big explosion. But no, he's gonna see which side he's in.
Yeah. Hope everyone underneath that is running away. All right, where are you?
Which side you going to? Oh, so we can see the difference.
Mm-hmm. The arm.
Because he saw the arm move, or is he just separating it so that he can't use it?
Oh my god.
Because theoretically, Pica could have put himself in the arm where there's no like eye.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he did.
I thought he was just like flying through the air.
Yeah, how like he was moving so fast and he just landed and then pushed off like.
Yeah.
Oh god, you're making it harder now.
Yeah. Get out of there. Well, you could if his is stronger than yours.
We learned that very important lesson last arc.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact.
Exactly. Yeah, I like that.
Mm-hmm.
All right, let's check it out. Fucking idiots.
Frog in the well. Top 10 One Piece moments of all time. Did Mihawk have a voice actor change? He sounds... I'm pretty sure a comment said that, but I'm not 100% sure. I remember in the first version of this having like a really interesting sounding voice.
Oh my god, remember that guy?
Johnny Yosaku.
Getting absolutely destroyed. It's giving buffalo. Yeah.
Oh, that's so cool.
It's pretty slick. All while midair.
Mm-hmm. And now he's got like the black blades kind of thing, like how Mihawk's sword was black. Even though it's different. I know it's different, but...
Now, all this rock. Maybe King Punch still has to punch this rock, probably.
That would be good. Just crumble it into dust before it hits the ground.
Yeah, that's what it's gonna be.
Please?
I would think so. Because he's been saving it up. He's ready to go. Damn, Pica just fell all the way down.
Good riddance. Okay, come on. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, he's like locked in.
Even that's badass.
Of course it's badass.
I know, it's just like... It's so crazy, man. He just kills everyone.
Yeah, and he actually defeated Doflamingo in that moment and also killed Luffy. I thought that it would go smaller than that and maybe it would spare the civilians underneath.
Hopefully he gets sent, like, out of the town.
What's Fujitora when you need him?
We have Fujitora at home. It's just Zoro and Pica.
That was good.
Alright, now he's spent.
I mean, you saved a bunch of people's lives.
You know, I was being pessimistic, but again, I was proven wrong. You know? And I knew I would be, because that was fucking peak.
Pica. Very good.
Yeah. That was awesome. That was really fucking cool.
I liked all the flashbacks as well. That was good.
Yeah.
First time we see Zoro really go all, like, you know, fully all out.
Since post-time skip, yeah, this is like the challenge that we, you know, that we've been waiting for the last 2 arcs.
Yeah.
You know, like, because we've constantly been saying, like, a lot in Punk Hazard that, like, and kind of like Fishman Island and Punk Hazard were both, like, we talked a lot about power scaling post time skip, and because Oda's been kind of like milking it with Zoro, and I think it paid off. I think that this was a good moment to show that. I think that saving it up for this moment was worth it. Like, every other fight was, you know, we got a little bit more insight to what his power ceiling is, or like, oh, what will he be able to do when he finally faces an opponent that's like worthy of him pulling out the big guns. And you know, we finally saw that, so in a way the build-up was worth it.
And I like this, he also like made a plan and worked with other people to
I like that
like
a lot.
achieve a better result.
And that's what I was gonna say about the King Punch, is because I kind of joked earlier about like, oh, save it for a better time, and then that just never comes because the story like changes shape. It did, but it actually was used in a really smart way, power scaling wise, because then it's like it's kind of doing what I said at the end of last episode of like, you set the expectations of what's going to happen, and then you, like, the whole time we're thinking, okay, the King Punch will happen, and then that will burst him, and then Zoro will go after the smaller pieces, but how is that going to be different? Turns out Zoro had a trick up his sleeve. We keep thinking like, okay, is the King Punch going to happen now? Is the King Punch going to happen now? And then in a way, it's like Oda made it so that he didn't. It was like, okay, save your attack for the right moment. And then we're waiting for the right moment. And we keep thinking it's going to be the right moment, and it never is. And in a way, that's building a lot of anticipation for like what's going to happen. And then when he uses it to clean up afterwards, it's like, I don't know. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but it was used in the right way. It set our expectations, and it set like a expectation for how things were going to go. And then Zoro had something else that like turned the tables in a way we weren't expecting. But because us as the audience are having these expectations of that the King Punch is going to be used in some way to like aid, we think that's gonna be used, but then Zoro outdoes our expectations with his attacks in, I think, a novel way. And it was, you know, he basically, I think it seems like this is just an anime pacing thing, because like the whole thing of, oh, I see how it works, it's like that's a small line, but I feel like it happened too early, and we kept cutting back to it, to this fight, to fill time
too much,
a little bit too much, to the point where it was like, okay, is he just gonna cut more? And then when he does, you're anticipating, and it might be shit, but it wasn't. It was peak. It's just that it had been built up a little bit too much, to where it like built up this fear in me, where I'm just like, okay, it's like, how is this going to be different than what he's already been doing? But it ended up being, and it wouldn't have been such a big deal if there was less build. Sorry.
And it did come into play, like I said, with the fact that once he realized, like, when he cut it, obviously Pica went into one side and the other side was like nothing. So then he's like, oh, he like chooses. But then Pica went into like the walls of the castle. So that's why Zoro couldn't do it again. Like I was saying, it's like he needed to be in like this form so that he could sever the legs. Pica would choose the upper half because it already has like the eyes and everything that he's like utilizing, and then he can like corner him. But if he can just has the option of either staying in the piece of rock that's out in the open, or just like going into the ground or the wall, like of course he's gonna do that. So it does make sense that it like
he like dragged him into deep water kind of thing. Like it's,
it makes a lot of sense that he was waiting for this opportunity to actually be able to do it. But I agree, like I think that this is the fight for me that like the pacing affected the most. Because we know that Zoro is such a badass. And also Pica was like he got a little bit interesting in the end when he was like trying to like question about King Riku and stuff, but that didn't happen until like last episode. So it felt like, you know, it wasn't something interesting like Senior Pink, which we were saying also was going on for even if like equally as long, if not longer, but it felt like it kept evolving and like being interesting or at least funny every time we saw it.
Which is actually very interesting coming from us that we think that, because usually with the gags, we usually get fatigued by the gags over time. Like it can get annoying when Oda like reuses a joke, and it's dependent on each one. We talk about that a lot. It's like there's the aura farmy moments, which are usually a little bit more down for, at least when they're not dragged out so crazily. But it often, at least pre-time skip especially, I felt like happened very often where the jokes would be just constantly beaten to death.
Yeah.
And it would be like, oh, here's that joke. Remember that joke? Remember how funny that joke was? And by that point, it's not funny either, because it's usually because of an anime thing. Like if you're reading it on a page, that's the problem with the adaptation. Is like if a joke gets reused in a manga panel, you could just be fuck it, whatever. But like when the time is taken, we're focusing on redoing the joke. My point is, it's funny that this is on the opposite side of that, where Senior Pink kept having this gag that was just reused, and that was actually something that we enjoyed seeing that be reused and seeing that fill the time, rather than the Zoro versus Pica, like aura farmy kind of moments. In the end, I feel like they both delivered.
I feel like they both delivered. I just think that this one was less enjoyable to get to the delivery.
100%. Yeah.
And like, but I do kind of like it that, like, I think the main problem was the pacing and not like the structure
exactly.
of it.
Yeah.
Unlike in previous arcs, like Water 7, where we had like a big problem with the Kaku fight, that was like the pacing, and also we didn't like the gag or the just the whole like kind of aspect about it was like at the time like felt very exhausting. This one, it was like, I think, to like bring up that, I think just this arc, like you're saying, a lot of the like jokes or a lot of the like reoccurring things ended up being really funny. Like Lao G, when he got introduced, it was like, oh my god. And then it actually like somehow like beat us down, and we thought that it was funny every time when he did the G, and it was like you were looking forward to him doing the G thing.
Yeah.
So I think that
like, the jokes are generally just funnier.
I think the jokes are funnier. And I think also like the story and like the pacing of the story is a lot better, not the pacing of the anime.
Yeah.
But the way that things are
and I mean, like,
coming together.
Like it's and to give just, I think I forget if we even talked about this a few episodes ago, but just to give an update, it's like the pacing is starting to get to me. I'm sure people have been able to tell by this point that I've been kind of distracted. And you know, I feel like I've gotten more into the rhythm of One Piece over the last like 2 years or whatever. Like I'm a lot more acclimated to One Piece's climate of presentation, and I can, you know, I can suspend myself a little bit and just kind of go with it. But there is a point to me where it starts to get a little bit like overcooked, and I think this arc is beginning to reach that.
But it is starting to wrap up.
But that's the thing, is like it came at the right time, I think, because like if it had gone on more of the death game, like, you know, cutting between these fights for another 5 to 10 episodes, I feel like I would have a way different perspective on this arc once we get to the end. Because I feel like now I started to get really fatigued, and then shortly after that, now the fights are getting wrapped up and we're moving obviously towards the conclusion.
Yes. And
I think by this point, once we get to the end, I'll have a much more positive thing than I would have if it just kept going on for a little bit longer. But it is, my point is that it is reaching my threshold for like, you know, what I consider to be acceptable.
Yeah. I think like even early on in the arc, people were like, oh, the pacing. I genuinely didn't notice any difference compared to the rest of One Piece, other than like in like the most like recent like 15 or 20 episodes maybe.
Yes. And I don't know if that, and the thing is, we're not looking at the chapters or pages per episode or whatever. A lot of people look at that, and a lot of people, I think, also it's holdovers from when people were watching weekly.
If I was watching weekly, I would probably be like very like, oh my god, I waited to see like literally like 1 minute worth of stuff sometimes. At the end of the day, I'm also really excited to see what happens next. I'm excited for like the conclusion of the arc. Like I feel like we're making real progress towards it, even if it is slow. The moments that are satisfying are still satisfying.
And I've noticed,
and I also hope and I don't know, I am gonna hold out a little bit of hope that like the final confrontation between Luffy and Doflamingo that will inevitably happen is like because they're taking more time on all of this stuff, maybe that will be a little bit tighter. I don't know if that's actually gonna be true, but I think that would be nice.
Yeah. Yes. What was I gonna say? I guess it doesn't matter. Yeah. What was it? Maybe it doesn't matter. Whatever. Leave a like, subscribe. Moving on to the next one. I'm Carson.
I'm Lindsay.
Bye-bye.